This is the third video in our Pampas grass series. We only... There's a bird. Bird's enough. Stop twerping. This is our third video. It was only meant to be... There he is again. Stop it. We were only meant to have one video, and then we did a second one, and now we're doing a third one. Because each video, I sort of ended up doing more than I was meant to do. But anyway, this is the third video. We moved these two Pampas grasses from over there, where they didn't look right because there was taller ones and the smaller ones looked a bit subdued against the taller ones. Now they're on their own and they come into their own. And what we did, this was the original border here, and we brought the border out like this, and it's not finished yet, it's going to finish here, and we edged it with just 3 stakes, just cut with a chainsaw. Just takes a little bit of time, but it's not a huge amount of time. And then we put some bark in, and we put Persicaria, because the Pampas grass moves a lot and it could damage bigger plants, it could damage more delicate flowers, but they're sort of low and they'll be able to cope with the thrashing from the wind from the leaves of the Pampas grass. Another issue, I noticed I was covered in cuts after doing the last video. If you're working with Pampas grass, wear gloves. It's important. Now, people might say, well, what's going to happen in a year or two? They're going to get big and untidy and the roses will get lost. And what you do, and this is always the thing about gardening, always have plan B and plan C. Know what you're going to do later on. What you can do with that is, in the springtime, you can cut it right to the ground. You wouldn't have to do it every year, but say every third year, you cut it right to the ground to an inch. If you cut it in the morning, we'd say cut it at 10 o'clock in the morning, by 6 o'clock in the evening, you have 1 millimetre of growth. It will start growing immediately if you do it in the spring. If you do it in the autumn, you can kill it. So do it in the spring. So we cut these back every few years. We cut this Carpus back and allow the pink rose come out here. So it'll make a nice, it should make a nice little border here. And if we step back a bit, we can see you can have a look. I think it looks good. Now, what we're going to do to finish the video is we're going to get a piece of this Persicaria around here. We just get a piece of Persicaria, This is Persicaria, that's the Athene that's run out into the gravel, and we just get a piece. Here. And plant it immediately. Now I would not do this in the winter with that Persicaria. I wouldn't like it when it stops, when it's in dormant mode, it can rot, but it's still another month's growth in it. Now it needs to be drowned with water, absolutely drowned with water, so it can lock into the soil. That's important. Like, you put an entire 2-gallon watering can on top and do the same the following day, and that should be okay then. And that's the finish. And oh, just before we finish, we had a Laurel and Hardy moment when we were doing the Pampas grass. We actually hit the main water pipe with the pickaxe. So it's a very good idea, if you have a garden with water pipes, to mark them some way in a map, and a thing called a map, which we of course didn't do, and now we're paying the penalty for our carelessness. Okay, that's it.